3 years ago my life fell apart. My ex-wife, Rachel, not only cheated on me but also left me financially ruined after the divorce. We were married for 10 years and I thought we had built a solid life together. Turns out I was wrong. Rachel left me for her boss, claiming she deserved more than what I could offer as a middle manager in a small tech company. The divorce was brutal. She got the house, a significant chunk of my savings, and alimony. I walked away with a car that barely worked and just enough money to rent a dingy one-bedroom apartment. Life after the divorce was tough. I had to rebuild everything from scratch. I worked overtime, picked up freelance gigs, and slowly got back on my feet. The betrayal hurt, but I told myself that one day I'd be in a better place. And that day came sooner than I expected. About a year after the divorce, my coworkers convinced me to join a group lottery ticket pool. We bought tickets every week, and while it was mostly for fun, one week we hit the jackpot. The total winnings were $45 million. After splitting it among the 10 of us, I walked away with $4.5 million after taxes. For the first time in my life, I was free of financial stress. I kept the news low-key. I didn't want people to start crawling out of the woodwork asking for handouts. I moved to a modest but beautiful house, invested wisely, and even started a small business that had always been my dream. Life was finally good. 3 years after the divorce, Rachel showed up at my doorstep. I'll never forget the look on her face when I opened the door. It was a mix of smugness and desperation. "Wow, you've done well for yourself," she said, looking around my house. "Can we talk?" I didn't want to let her in, but curiosity got the better of me. She started with small talk, but it didn't take long for her true intentions to surface. She had heard about my lottery win through a mutual acquaintance and decided she was entitled to half of it. Yes, half. She claimed that because we were married for 10 years, my success was built on the foundation of our marriage. I laughed in her face. "Rachel, you cheated on me, left me broke, and took everything you could in the divorce. You don't deserve a dime." She didn't take it well. She threatened to sue me and walked out, saying, "You'll hear from my lawyer." True to her word, Rachel dragged me to court. She argued that since the lottery ticket was purchased within a year of our divorce, it was technically marital property and that she was entitled to half under our state's community property laws. Her lawyer tried to paint me as someone who had hidden the winnings from her during the divorce, which was completely false. I had documented proof that the lottery win happened after the divorce was finalized. But Rachel wasn't just after money, she wanted revenge. She wanted to make my life miserable. Thankfully, I had hired an excellent lawyer who knew how to handle cases like this. My lawyer advised me to countersue for defamation and emotional distress, citing her baseless accusations and the stress she was causing. During the court proceedings, my lawyer revealed some damning evidence about Rachel's current financial situation. Turns out, her relationship with her boss didn't last, and she had been struggling ever since. She had maxed out her credit cards, lost her job, and was on the verge of bankruptcy. Her lawsuit against me was her last-ditch effort to secure some money. But the best part came when we submitted evidence of her infidelity during our marriage. While it wasn't relevant to the lottery case, it painted a clear picture of her character. The judge wasn't impressed with her sob story, especially when it became evident that she was trying to manipulate the system. In the end, the court ruled in my favor. Rachel got nothing, and the judge even ordered her to pay my legal fees. To add salt to the wound, my countersuit was successful. Rachel was ordered to pay me a settlement for defamation, though I knew I'd probably never see a cent from her. After the court case, Rachel tried to apologize. She sent me a long email claiming she had made mistakes and that she still cared about me. I didn't bother responding. Instead, I forwarded her email to my lawyer just in case she tried to pull something in the future. As for me, I moved on with my life. I focused on my business, traveled the world, and even started dating again. Rachel became a distant memory, a cautionary tale of greed and entitlement. If there's one thing I learned from this experience, it's that karma is real. Rachel thought she could take advantage of me, but in the end she only ruined herself. And honestly, watching her self-destruction was the best revenge. I'm finally at peace, and I'll never let anyone like Rachel back into my life.